Love it. So Boyko is headed to the bench again. So again, we talk about the Gladiators not going out without a fight. Case in point again, Salmonen, he's got it. He's going to shoot to the empty net, down the ice. Yes! He did it! Oskari Salmonen has scored a goal at Norfolk Scope.
Welcome back, fans, to the ECHL Insider. I am your host, Garrett Hunter. Glad that you're back for another edition of ECHL Hockey. With just 2 weeks left in the regular season, lots of playoff drama to get to. So let's start with last week's games. A lot of huge games, a lot of big wins for some teams, including the Newfoundland Growlers. They had a couple of good wins in Worcester, including Saturday night's 9-3 win over the Railers, and that has them now tied for a spot in the playoffs. And the Kalamazoo Wings couldn't get it done for the second straight matchup against the Fort Wayne Komets, with the Komets taking their Saturday night win by a score of 5-2. Also, the Utah Grizzlies won 2 out of 3 against the Idaho Steelheads last week, and that has them now in playoff position in 4th place in the Mountain Division. Well, let's get you now to the top 5 games of the week. A lot of huge playoff-type matchups in the North Division especially. But we'll start with the Central Division. Central and North include all of our matchups this week with big games, starting with the Wheeling Nailers and the Indy Fuel. This is possibly a preview of a first-round playoff matchup with Wheeling in 2nd place, Indy in 3rd place. Teams comfortably at hand right now in the Central Division. They could even lock up a playoff spot this week, but this matchup will happen Wednesday and Sunday. And definitely a preview, I think, of a first-round playoff matchup in the Central Division. Well, at number 4 from the North Division, the Worcester Railers and the Maine Mariners in a big matchup. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, just 1 point separating the Mariners and Worcester Railers right now. So definitely a huge 3-game series. I think whoever loses 2 or even 3 games in this series will not clinch the playoffs. That's how close it could be between these two rivals in the playoff race right now. Huge 3-game series for each team's playoff destiny. And at number 3 from the Central Division for the 3rd straight week, the Fort Wayne Komets and Kalamazoo Wings will do battle on Sunday afternoon, this time from the Wings Event Center in Kalamazoo, Michigan. The Wings right now with a 1-point lead for 4th place in the Central Division on the Komets. Should come down to the wire between these two teams. A fight to the finish. And this game, a very important one for both teams in the playoff race. And at number 2, the Mariners and Lions will do battle on Wednesday night in Coliseum Videotron. Both teams looking for a playoff spot right now, just separated by 1 point. So Mariners have huge games, separated by 1 point with the Lions, separated by 1 point with the Worcester Railers, and they'll play 3 against the Railers. We talked about that earlier, and that Wednesday night matchup against the Lions. So huge matchup for both of these teams to get a victory. And our top game of the week, the Trois-Rivières Lions will travel to their Canada rival, the Newfoundland Growlers, for a 3-game series, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. These teams tied right now at 66 points each in the North Division. And in a rivalry game, emotions will be running high in this game, in this 3-game series. I think whoever can keep their composure, take fewer penalties, will get the more points in this series, take 2 out of 3 in the series. Because you think about rivalry game, you know what the high stakes are for this series. If you lose too many of these games, you could be out of playoff position. You could be not in the playoffs come 2 weeks from now. So, with emotions running high, I think the better disciplined team in this series will get the series victory. But huge 3 games between the Lions and Growlers this weekend. Well, check out our fight of the week now. Big scrap between the Grizzlies and Steelheads at the conclusion of Saturday night's matchup. And maybe it was sparked by that power play goal with 7.5 seconds left. It was 3-1 Grizzlies. They decided to make it 4-1 with only 7.5 seconds left in the 3rd period. So maybe that was what sparked the fisticuffs there at the buzzer. But check that out. Make sure to subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next week for the regular season finale.
Thompson makes a save. Now Stucker is in a fight at the buzzer, and that will do it. Grizzlies win! Grizzlies win 4-1, and there is no doubt about it. As Stucker took a shot at the very end, and Idaho took offense. As we got a wrestling match at neutral ice, Nick Canati and Robbie Stucker. Berg goes to the dressing room. From start to finish, the Grizzlies with a dominating performance.